With his poll numbers going down, Newt Gingrich has become an increasingly desperate man. He's pandering to the base, using racial stereotypes to grab votes. Here's what Gingrich told a group of senior citizens in New Hampshire yesterday.
Obama is the best food stamp president in American history. More people are on food stamps today because of Obama's policies than ever in history. I would like to be the best paycheck president in American history. I'm prepared, if the NAACP invites me, I'll go to their convention and talk about why the African American community should demand paychecks and not be satisfied with food stamps.
Not only are Gingrich's comments racially insensitive, they are simply not true. About 40 million Americans receive food stamps, now known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or called SNAP. The majority of them are white. 28% of SNAP households are African American. Contrary to what Gingrich would like you to believe, 30% of SNAP participants earn some type of paycheck. Nearly half of the program's participants can't earn a paycheck because they are kids. Although if Gingrich gets his way, that could change. In fact, 76% of SNAP households include either a child, an elderly person, or a disabled person. Gingrich will not let the facts get in the way of a good story, will he? He predictably attacked the media for reporting his comments correctly.
What I said was, every American of every background has been endowed by their Creator with the right to pursue happiness. Every American of every background should have an opportunity to get a job, not be dependent on food stamps. I think it takes a lot on the part of the elite media to distort that into some kind of an attack.
Mr. Gingrich, you said you wanted to meet with the NAACP. I'm joined tonight by that organization's president, Ben Jealous. Ben, good to have you with us tonight. This is stereotyping to the nth degree. I have to ask you, how insulting is it to the NAACP?
Yeah, this is extremely frustrating. We would hope that the former speaker would make comments to unite the country, not divide it. Make comments that are based on fact, not on stereotypes.
Well, Gingrich considers his comments Republican outreach to the African American community. What do you call it?
You know, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. His facts are wrong, the implications are wrong, and the effect is wrong. You know, what you want to do when you're a leader, when you're somebody that people look up to, is bring the country together, not tear it apart by getting into old stereotypes that simply are not rooted in fact.
Now, in that soundbite that we just played, he said that he would like to meet with the NAACP. It's my knowledge that your organization has invited Newt Gingrich in the past to attend the NAACP National Convention. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. And each time he turned us down. We invited him pretty much every year that he was speaker, because we always invite the speaker. So we did invite him every year he was speaker, and every year he turned us down.
Well, what about this time? You're going to take him up on it because he is clearly wrong on his facts.
You know, we're not there yet. What we do know is that each year that we're in one of these cycles, we invite the nominee of both major parties. Usually they come. You know, George Bush famously didn't come a couple of times, and then he came around, and he came. John McCain came last time, and if Gingrich is the nominee, then of course we will ask him.
Well, I know that Bush didn't show up, and I think Gingrich criticized him for it in his book.
Yep.
Turning to another Republican contender, Rick Santorum also made racially charged remarks recently. Here they are.
Yeah.
I don't want to make people's lives better by giving them somebody else's money.
Santorum claims that he never said black people. What do you make of it?
Well, what did you just hear? You know, I mean, it kind of defies logic that you can play a tape of a guy saying black over and over and over again, and yet he'll deny it. I mean, you know, there is a thing called unconscious bias. Perhaps that's what's going on here, but the reality is that the comments that he made were heard by people across the country. They are divisive. They are wrong. They are, you know, based on on stereotypes. The state he was in Iowa, 9% of the people on public assistance there are black. In the country, 25% are black. In each case, the overwhelming majority are white. And yet, you know, when he thinks public assistance, he thinks black. And that's just unfortunate. Again, we would hope that he would seek to unite the country, not divide it. We would hope that he would talk based on the facts and not on old vicious lies.
Do you think the Republican Party has a problem with race?
You know, the reality is that both parties, depending on where you are, have people who have issues with race and certainly have long histories. You know, Strom Thurmond, when he ran for president, was a Democrat. You know, and so many other folks, you know, Bull Connor was a Democrat. The reality is that our country has a problem with race, and we really need to move beyond it. I mean, the reality is that we all hope for one day that we are colorblind, but in so many ways right now we are colorbound.
Well, comments by Newt Gingrich stereotyping like that doesn't help anything. It certainly doesn't help the dialogue. And I think what makes it worse is when he tries to wordsmith his way out of it, which we all know exactly what the hell he said. Ben Jealous, good to have you with us tonight. I appreciate your time.